Gordie Howe International Bridge is significant in its size and scope, and as well the benefits it will provide both during construction and the operation phases. There are essentially four components to the project: the Canadian and U.S. ports of entry, the Michigan interchange, and of course the bridge itself. Each of the project components is a colossal undertaking, but together they represent one of the largest infrastructure projects underway in North America today. But the project is more than that. It's about connecting people, connecting businesses, connecting communities, and connecting countries.
The Canadian and U.S. ports of entry will be some of the largest along the Canada-U.S. border and indeed anywhere in North America. Their size allows for the installation of state-of-the-art technology and the addition of expanded border processing facilities. It will also help facilitate traffic at the busiest commercial land border crossing in North America. But more than that, the ports of entry combined include more than 54 acres of landscaping to provide a buffer to the community from border operations. The Michigan interchange component of the project includes a new connection of the U.S. port of entry to I-75. It also includes local road improvements. More than a dozen roadway and pedestrian bridges crossing I-75 will be constructed to ensure community connectivity. Our construction team is working closely with the community and with local governments to ensure that disruptions during construction are kept to a minimum.
Perhaps the most visible sign of construction are the two massive towers being constructed on the shores of the Detroit River. Before we started to build up, we had to dig down. You may not be able to see it, but each of the tower legs is supported by 12 shafts drilled into the bedrock to a depth of 36 meters or 118 feet. That's the equivalent of a 12-story building. Each of the shafts is filled with more than 250,000 liters or approximately 69,000 gallons of concrete and are connected by more than 1.5 kilometers, almost a mile of cables to create a firm footing. The towers are being built entirely on land and at a staggering 220 meters or 722 feet tall will be the tallest structures in the region, rivaling the height of the 73-story Renaissance Center in downtown Detroit. This bridge is one for the record books. Once in service, the Gordie Howe International Bridge will have the longest main span of any cable-stayed bridge in North America and will be among the top 5 longest bridges of its kind in the world. It is really something that the Windsor-Detroit communities can be proud of.
The Gordie Howe International Bridge project provides opportunity to leverage a significant infrastructure investment for positive social and economic outcomes. That's why we have a robust community benefits plan that covers both Canada and Michigan. We meaningfully engaged and empowered the Windsor and Detroit communities in all stages of development of the community benefits plan to help identify a vision for the future. The plan focuses on providing economic opportunities which contribute positively to workforce development programs and in delivering neighborhood improvements, specifically to the communities of Sandwich and Delray. It guarantees that the people located most directly adjacent to the project will be among its truest beneficiaries. Our community benefits plan is uniquely ambitious. It is intended to set a new benchmark for major infrastructure projects and has already been featured in case studies. The plan also demonstrates that the team behind the Gordie Howe International Bridge project is committed to being a good neighbor.
The Gordie Howe International Bridge project is both immense and unique. It spans 2 countries, crosses land and water, and contains a wide variety of built elements, from bridges, approaches, and highway interchanges through to buildings, canopies, and landscapes, with differing functional requirements on each side of the border. Aesthetics is an important consideration for the project team in the delivery of this project. The project's unique aesthetic framework recognizes the overriding need to tie everything together, while at the same time allowing for differences that respond to the changing context. The design for the bridge and buildings is functional, sustainable, and will provide barrier-free accessibility for all users. The design and detailing, high-quality materials and finishes, and well-planned landscapes all contribute to a wow factor. The projects, once completed, will boost civic pride and will be an admired landmark within the wider context.
We are committed to meeting the highest environmental standards for sustainable infrastructure, one that is socially, environmentally, and economically responsible. The project components have been designed to contribute to a cleaner environment, protect the communities of Windsor and Detroit from the impacts of climate change, and conserve resources for future generations. Environmental stewardship is important to us. We are protecting species at risk, planting native vegetation, and installing systems to prevent stormwater from going into the public system or entering the Detroit River in an uncontrolled manner. That is why our work has earned a prestigious Envision Platinum Award. The award is the highest possible distinction from the Institute for Sustainable Infrastructure, which recognizes efforts to achieve sustainable development and environmental performance standards at every stage of an infrastructure project, from design to construction and implementation.
The Gordie Howe International Bridge project will positively change the landscape of Windsor-Detroit and beyond. It will improve connectivity between two of the greatest trading nations. It will create jobs. It will be sustainable and environmentally responsible. It will make a lasting and positive difference to the communities in which we work. There are many words you can use to describe the project.
A legacy.
It's historic.
It's inspirational.
Super exciting.
It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
It's the future.